We are back on Nittany Game Week with a situation we've never seen before at PSU. Not quite like a large senior class that graduates and leaves a lot of holes to fill. This is unprecedented roster turnover. Coach Bradley, Coach Paterno, we could use some assistance, almost an introduction to the 2026 players to watch for on the field.
Well, that's what we're here to do, and thanks to my trusty iPad here, we're going to have some fun doing it. So let's talk about the college game these days, Tom. It all starts with quarterback. It's so important. Last year's 4 semifinalists had quarterbacks that all ranked in the top 15 in efficiency. How important is that?
98% of the time, he's touching that ball.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be in his hands.
Yep.
So you want to make sure that guy is the guy.
And Rocco Becht comes to Penn State from Iowa State, and he's going to be the distributor on this thing. He brings with him new tight ends that are tall, big guys to go with Rapplier, which creates a great tight end room for Penn State. And let's talk about how this scheme is all going to start fitting together with new wideouts that are taller. Here's a tight end. They're going to spread these guys out. You got wideouts running here. And now Rocco Becht like a point guard. Does he keep it and run? Does he pull it and throw? And you see what happens here. He throws it, gets it to Sowell, who's one of the guys coming to Penn State from Iowa State, who's got the ability to get out in the open field and make some things happen, Tom.
It's hard, but the one thing you did mention, those tight ends are not just inline guys. They can go out in space, and that creates a lot of problems for a defense, especially when you want to substitute on short yardage.
Eskildsen, he's going to be wearing number 4 at Penn State. Here's a nice double move on the first play of the BYU game. Great pump fake by Rocco here, gets him over the top. And Tom, you hate seeing this stuff because it changes everything you got to do on defense when they can beat you deep.
There's no doubt, especially how you attacked when you want to come up aggressively and play certain things. You get a little bit nervous.
Koby Howard, who is a Penn State guy who stayed. He only had 7 catches last year, but really emerged at the end of the year. Does a great job getting over the linebackers and between the secondary. Nice job here. And again, these are things that Matt Campbell likes in his offense. And they're looking forward to seeing what he can do. Now, the running back room is new with the top 2 guys gone. Quinton Martin comes back. You remember he had 100 yards against Clemson last year. Cam Wallace has looked good in camp. They had a James Peoples from Ohio State and Carson Hansen. So let's take a look at those 3 of those running backs on tape. Here's Peoples. Again, does a nice job reading the blocks here. And when you get to one-on-one with the safety, that's when you know whether you got a good back or a great back, what they do with that unblocked guy, Tom.
That's their responsibility in the play. They've got to make him miss. That's who they're responsible for.
And he makes him miss, and not only that, he outruns everybody else on the field. And you're looking for those big plays that change the tempo of a game and change the way people play defense. So there's some guys you're seeing here that can really make things happen and put pressure on defensive coaches. Now, you're going to love Hansen. In the red zone especially, this is a north-south guy. Tom, you mentioned the quarterback touching the ball 98% of the time. Here's a direct snap to him. He reads the block that goes inside and gets outside and gets into the end zone, Tom.
When that can happen, that's very discouraging for a defense, as you know. When he can do that, it creates a lot of problems for the defense.
Let's talk about Quinton Martin. Gets north and south, and you're going to love the way this guy picks up extra yards.
Well, that's the one thing about him that's very impressive. As you watch him game in and game out, there's those hidden, they call them hidden yards. No one figures what he does, but he makes people miss.
Let's talk quickly about some of the defensive guys. Linebacker use, some new linebackers coming in from Iowa State. Rojas returns from injury for Penn State. Cooper Abel and Caleb Bacon are both big guys. I mean, they're big, rangy guys in the 240 range. Bacon is going to move to edge, much like Abdul Carter, because he has the ability to rush the passer. And then the space eaters up front we talked about earlier on, and D'Anton Lynn loves the big guys. These are 4 transfers from Utah, UCLA, and elsewhere, and Oklahoma State. And you look at the average size, 6'3", 320.